Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who likes pina coladas but hates getting caught in the rain, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite Lite. Hey, everybody. It's Friday. You made it through another week of this thing called life. Great to have you with me on this Friday night as we broadcast from downtown, beautiful downtown Green Bay on what looks to be an absolutely perfect summer night so far. And because I said that, the clouds should roll in any minute. It's great to have you with us. We are celebrating a lot of stuff tonight. We might have a little NBA draft talk. Sports fans, chime in if you will. We're going to talk about Conrad's tattoo he's going to get. You haven't told us what it's going to be yet, right? We dabbled in this the other night. Okay, so maybe we'll
I do have a picture that I can put on the stream.
All right.
Because it's a sketch that my brother made.
You're going to get a tattoo of something your brother doodled.
It's not really, my brother's he's good at drawing. So
Okay.
So it looks good.
All right. Conrad might give us a brief synopsis of How to Train Your Dragon. And we got a great question tonight and two fun guests. As usual, it is a bar band Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, which can mean only one thing. Our pal Terry Barr is here with new music and sparkling conversation. She is always so much fun to talk to, and she is pretty much batting 1,000 in the music she's brought us over the last year or so. Different genres, different artists, bands, solo artists. It's all been great stuff. So anxious to see what Terry has come up with tonight and just to kind of talk to her. I felt like last week was really fast with Terry because she had just gotten back from vacation and I didn't want to overwhelm her. She had just won a couple more awards, that whole thing. That's getting old.
At that time I was in my bed.
Last week
During that time, I was in my bed trying to fall asleep.
Did you not produce last Friday? Oh, Amanda was here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that Madison trip took it out of me because you're right. You weren't even here. She did 2 nights.
I wasn't here Thursday, Friday, and then this week, Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So during that time, because I was waking up at 4, I was falling asleep pretty early.
Good for you. It was fun. It was fun to talk to Terry and get back in the flow with her, and she'll be here at 7:35 tonight. And we are going to talk to Mary Hauser. She's the executive director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce. I always feel like Plymouth is kind of like a forgotten about city because it's right by Elkhart Lake. It's by Kohler. It's by Sheboygan. Like you've got all this, like Kohler's this world-renowned town because of toilets. And Elkhart Lake is a beautiful summer destination. But Plymouth is a really cool town. I've been through there, and it's beautiful. And we'll talk to Mary Hauser at 6:35 about the Cheese Capital Festival that's taking place this weekend in Plymouth. Wisconsin we have tons of festivals in the summertime. We're going to try to get more. You break my train of thought. I'm trying to make this like poignant point about Plymouth, and you're like, Pete, your satchel is on the chair. I'll move it. It's not DEFCON 5. Mary will be here at 6:35, and we'll talk to her about the Cheese Capital Festival. And it sounds, I was looking at the pamphlet. This thing sounds amazing. Have you ever been to a cheese festival?
Well, I mean, you kind of go to one if you go to the Wisconsin State Fair because there's so many cheese curds there, but I don't think I've actually been to a festival that has just cheese.
I'll tell you what, the Wisconsin State Fair is a really fun, it's great.
Yeah.
But I do try to avoid county fairs because they seem, what's the first thing you think when you think of county fair? Go.
I think of deep fried food.
I think of flies.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Well, yeah, I guess.
That's just, I must have had a bad experience, but I would go to a county fair. I was at the Brown County Fair 2 summers ago, and it was awesome.
Growing up, I would always go to the Washington County Fair, and I'd go 4 out of the 6 days it was there because it's just fun to hang out with friends there.
Did you go on the Tilt-A-Whirl or the Ferris wheel? See, those make me nervous because
I would always go on the Tilt-A-Whirl, or not the zipper.
What's the zipper?
It's like you're
like
caged in, and then it flips.
That's insane.
And goes around.
See the people that put those together?
I don't.
It's a little harrowing.
You know, I love roller coasters, so I like thrills.
I used to like thrills. We talked about this the other day with your tattoo. I used to not mind watching someone stick a needle in me, and I felt like I had to kind of be a man and watch them do it to get through it. And now I'm like, no thanks. And those roller coasters that get stuck upside down like at Great America or at Six Flags,
Yeah.
Nope,
You know,
not risking that.
the first roller coaster I ever went on got stuck.
Not upside down.
Not upside down, but like literally it shot like out of the, whatever,
Yeah.
and like instantly got stuck. So
As you were ascending?
yeah, so we were
Oh,
like,
dear.
we were tilted up, and then we had to walk down
Oh, that's
as we
awful.
waited. Yeah, as we waited
Where
for
was
so long.
that?
That was at Universal in Florida.
Oh, man. That's horrible.
My dad's a roller coaster guy too, so he was like, "You're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it." My first roller coaster ever gets stuck.
Get back out there, boy.
But I tried another one, and I was like, that was so much fun.
They are fun. The wooden ones I don't like. They're bumpy.
You know
You get
what?
a headache, but man, those ones that move fast that are like smooth, lots of fun.
Have you been to Six Flags in Gurney?
Not for quite a while, but sure, many times.
Well, American Eagle.
Yeah,
That
that's a
wooden
wooden one though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one. I like roller coasters and all. That one still scares me. I'm like, this thing could fall apart.
Because it doesn't even have any loops. It's just like it's just fast.
Yeah.
And it's
really
wooden,
fast.
and I feel like you get like a series of concussions when you're
Yes,
riding that.
yes.
It's just out of control. I do remember the demon there.
Yes, I
That
love
was
that one.
fun.
Oh,
That was one you kind of corkscrew. Oh man, that was a blast. Let's think. We got to come back to roller coasters on a different night when we can do
Yeah.
a question. We'll have to
Yeah.
think of a question of the night for roller coasters. But speaking of which, why don't we get to our question of the night right now?
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
All right, Brad Pitt is in the news, folks. Formula One opens this weekend. Technically, it's called F1 the movie. Kind of a weird title. They should have just called it Formula One. Maybe it was trademark issues or something.
I don't know. It's fine.
It's okay. But our question of the night is, what is your favorite Brad Pitt movie? That's a good one. It's supposed to be a huge opening. Summer blockbuster season. We are in the throes of it. And I was not expecting this, but F1 the movie, I saw a couple reviews online of jaded friends of mine who did not like it. But it's reviewing really well, like incredibly well. So our question is twofold. Is Brad Pitt a good actor? And what's your favorite Brad Pitt film? I sent you that other clip too where he was talking about when he almost got fired as an extra. Did I send that or dream that I sent it?
No, you sent. Wait. Yeah, I have it. I believe
You do? Okay, good.
I believe
'Cause
I have
kind
it.
of forgot
I just
about
got to look.
that. Okay.
Try,
You don't need it right now, but let's
Yeah.
try to find it because it's him. It's he and Leonardo DiCaprio talking about movies, and Brad Pitt gave himself a line.
Wait, that was in your beats. It wasn't a clip.
It was in my beats, but I
Yes.
thought I sent the clip too.
Maybe you did.
Maybe I did. Let's check it out. But that's tonight's question, folks. Is Brad Pitt a good actor? It's twofold. And what is your favorite Brad Pitt film? And my answer to this is going to be kind of strange. And I realize I'm talking tonight about my wife's boyfriend, and that's difficult. But I'm doing it. I'm taking one for the team. This is an entertainment show. Brad Pitt has been in tons of movies. He's a likable guy and a pretty likable actor. I wouldn't call him a great actor, but he's good. My favorite Brad Pitt films are True Romance, in which he had a very small part, but it's very funny. And some of his best acting, if I can say that. And then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Loved him as Cliff Booth, the stuntman and sidekick to Leonardo DiCaprio's lead role. So those are my two favorite Brad Pitt films. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and True Romance. Liked him in some other stuff. Of course, he was good in Thelma and Louise, but he was just kind of eye candy. You got the Ocean's 11 films. He's been in a lot of stuff. So what do you think of his acting? You think he's a good actor? And if so, or if not, tell us what your favorite Brad Pitt film is. You got one, Con?
You know, I do think he's a good actor, and I think you're going to know where I'm going to go with my favorite film of his.
Fight Club.
Close.
Really?
Moneyball.
Moneyball's great.
Love that film.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. He was really good in it.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have to say, he was good in Interview with a Vampire, too, with Tom Cruise. That movie was, I didn't love the movie, but there was like it was kind of hypnotic. The guy's got tons of stuff in production right now. I'm just looking at his IMDb page. I am curious to see how F1 does. F1, the movie.
He was in this past season of Dave, you know, the show about Lil Dicky.
I don't know the show.
Okay, it's called Dave, and it's about Lil Dicky. He's a rapper,
Okay.
and it's about him going from like trying to become a rapper,
Oh,
and it's like it's kind of based on his real life, but not. It's more
oh, that's
comedy.
interesting.
But Brad Pitt was in the last season as himself,
Interesting.
and in the episode, they get caught up with a stalker who wants to get money from Lil Dicky and well, just kind of be their friend, I guess.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt is hilarious in that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just watched the episode. It's so good.
I'll tell you, the worst film I saw him in was a film called Killing Them Softly from 2012. It's such a bad movie. He wasn't bad in it, but it was a bad movie. It was like they like hired him just to put his name on the video cover or whatever, and then they didn't really. It was just a really bad movie. World War Z, he was in. Good zombie film. I enjoyed that. Inglourious Bastards, of course, the Quentin Tarantino movie. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I have not seen.
That
What's-
movie is
Is it bad?
no, it's fine.
Okay.
It's nothing
Weird.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the Curious Case is, right?
Yeah, he has a disease.
He ages backwards.
He ages backwards. That's
Yeah.
right. He was in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. What is the one where he played death, though? Oh, Meet Joe Black. Oh, Saturday Night Live had so much fun with that.
Have you seen Burn After Reading?
Yes, years ago.
So I was looking up Brad Pitt, trying to find some funny clips. And that was the only thing that came up.
Okay.
I've
Huh,
never seen that movie.
Really? He was also in Snatch. Great movie. Guy Ritchie movie. Fight Club, of course. And then a lot of people might say Seven. That was a good movie. Very dark. Legends of the Fall. You've got all your Brad Pitt movies, folks. So that's our question. Is Brad Pitt a good actor, and what is your favorite Brad Pitt movie? I am going to take a Brad Pitt quiz at 7:05.
Yep.
Because it's Friday. We've got that kind of time, folks. It's great to have you with me tonight. We got a lot of fun. It's a bar band Friday night. We're talking cheese capital festivals, namely the one in Plymouth, Wisconsin, which is happening as we speak. And our question tonight is, of course, is Brad Pitt a good actor? And what is your favorite Brad Pitt movie? Lots of fun stuff here tonight. Great to have you with me. It is Nite Light with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Moving way too slow. Drop the pedal and go. 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 We going riding on the freeway. Oh, love is against our plans. We going riding on the freeway. Oh, love in my pink Cadillac. We going riding on the freeway. Oh, love is against our plans. Hey, we're riding on the freeway.
Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW. Remembering Vietnam, brought to you by The Dispensary.
May of 1969, I was near Dak To in Vietnam. Up until then, except for a few rockets and mortars, everything was pretty calm. But then things changed. We started getting ground assaults. Seemed like almost every night, many times, they would probe the perimeter. Then they got inside. I don't know how many times, but they started bringing heavy stuff. 122 millimeter rockets. These things were 6 feet long and huge in diameter. All they did was prop them up on a tripod somewhere in the jungle and fire them like a giant bottle rocket. You would hear the whoosh when it was fired, then thump, thump. If you're on guard duty in the main tower looking out into the jungle, you could see a puff of smoke. Then you'd see them coming in. Mike Brzezinski, United States Army, Vietnam.
Hear this full story at WGBW.FM. Click on Remembering Vietnam. Brought to you by The Dispensary. Online at thed8dispensary.com.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Bratfest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at travelwisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
Indy Dadagupta, he is with the Center for Law and Social Policy.
The Trump administration's agenda is reducing economic growth. The programs that they're proposing cutting, like Medicaid and SNAP, especially for kids, actually more than pay for themselves. So we are really looking at a tough long-term economic outlook entirely created by the current policymakers.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show at its new time, weekdays 4 till 6 p.m.
Mommy, how come I can't sit in the front seat?
Because I love you and you're just not ready yet.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nitsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA.
Song because I like the song so much, and then I'm going to forget I'm on the radio and I'm going to go, oh God.
This song is really good.
It's a fantastic song. Hey, this is Pete Schwaba and Night Light. Great to have you with me on a Friday night. We are talking about things that bring us together like we so often do here at Night Light on a nightly basis from 6 to 8 every weekday. We've got a great question tonight. Is Brad Pitt a good actor? And what is your favorite Brad Pitt film? F1, the movie, opens this weekend. It is reviewing through the roof, which surprised me. I feel like the racing thing has been done before. Tom Cruise did it with Days of Thunder back in the 80s. Again, kind of just an okay movie in my opinion, but I've mellowed. I'm less jaded.
You know what was what I enjoyed that came out, I think, in 2023 was Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
And it's about the guy who plays video games and then they actually race.
Oh, I have not seen that.
It's really good. It's with I can't think of his name, but the guy from Stranger Things.
Was that a Brad Pitt movie?
No.
Okay.
The movies,
It was a movie he didn't stink in. No, I'm just kidding.
I think I actually think I might go see it. And
Okay.
I'm kind of excited to see it actually.
Very nice. All right, so that's our question tonight. Is Brad Pitt a good actor, and what is your favorite Brad Pitt film? Have fun with this one, folks. Checking in on the stream here. Or I'm sorry, let's go to the text line first. Sage Weil, our fearless leader here at Civic Media, texting from Madison, says 12 Monkeys. Yes. Bruce Willis. I want to say Mila Jovovich and Brad Pitt. Great movie. Forgot about that one. Thank you, Sage. And Sage says, yes, Brad Pitt is a good actor. I don't know why I asked that. It's not like I think he's bad. I really don't. I think he's done a lot of roles where he's just kind of smiling and you're sort of indifferent that he's in the film. But then he does do really good work too. So I'm not trying to acting shame him. Because there are times he's been fantastic. Anna from Madison, she's in the 608, says, hi, Pete and Conrad. Yes, Brad is a good actor. My favorite Brad Pitt movie is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Totally with you, Anna. Love that movie. She says, I also liked him in the Ocean 11 movies. My take on the Ocean 11 movies is I feel like they're sort of like Brad Pitt. They're kind of eye candy. And not to say that Brad Pitt is not talented. I don't mean that. I mean, but the Ocean's 11 films are like, I always say you can't make a bad script a good film, but you can fool people for some of the time. Steven Soderbergh is an outstanding, superior director, and he makes those films fun. Frankly, I don't think there's a lot of substance to them. And it looks like a bunch of friends got together to make a movie. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Don Cheadle. So they're not my favorite films, but very popular. A lot of people like them. And I have seen them. And I don't dislike them. I'm off on a serious tangent here, Conrad. You're supposed to reel me back when I get back.
It's all right. It's all right.
And my backpack is still showing. Thank you, Anna, for the text. That was great. And I'm with you. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Quentin Tarantino loves to do that. He loves to change history in his movies. He did the same thing in Inglourious Bastards, also a Brad Pitt film. Not a Brad Pitt film, but he was in it. And he was very good. Our pal Don Brown from Waukesha says, Snatch. Great movie. Guy Ritchie. I'm with you, Don. Loved it. And Brad Pitt is really funny in that movie. He acts well, and he's very funny. And he has this weird accent where he calls dogs digs. You like digs? Guy's like, what are you talking about? Thank you, Don. Great to hear from you, buddy. Steve from Florida says, Brad Pitt was born the same year as me, so he has to be a good actor. Steve, I'm usually with you, but everyone born in the same year as you. Conrad, here's some homework. Find out other actors that were born the year your dad was born, and let's see if your dad's theory holds true.
Okay.
All right. We're going to put your feet to the fire here, Steve. He says, I believe his fame grew in being the next Robert Redford. My faves are Troy, 12 Monkeys, another one for 12 Monkeys, Money Pit, Moneyball, I think he means, and A River Runs Through It.
Well, all right. So another one, Johnny
Great text,
Depp.
Steve. Was born that year?
Yep.
Fine actor.
Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow. Wow, your dad is a man of his word.
Helen
All right.
Hunt.
Helen Hunt is good.
And Vanessa Williams.
But they're only going to tell you the popular, the good ones. They're not going to say,
the stinkers.
Yeah. Let's go to the stream. Chad says, hi, Pete. How are you? Have you caught me swimming? Chad comes. He's been on the show. Chad's great. He's developing this great program for dining with lonely people. The name escapes me at the moment, but it's a really tremendous program. And Chad, he works so hard, and he has trouble using one of his legs. And this guy, he was in a terrible snowmobile accident years ago. And I have never seen anybody work so hard at the gym as Chad. Works his butt off. And he's teasing himself here because he sneaks into my neighborhood and goes swimming. And nobody tells on him because everybody likes Chad. No, Chad, I have not seen you there yet, but swim away, my friend. Chad says, Fight Club. A lot of people like Fight Club. I liked it. I don't know if I'd like it now. I don't know if it would hold up. Dave on the stream says, A River Runs Through It. Excellent choice, Dave. Good movie. And Don, in case we missed Don's text on the text line, he also streams Snatch. So that's fantastic. Our social media responses are pretty good, too. Mike Desatel says, I think Brad Pitt is a very good actor, very diverse roles. I guess if I had to pick one movie that stood out to me, it would be Inglourious Bastards. Another one, yeah, where Tarantino changed history. Love that movie, too. Mike Toomey, under our social media post, in reference to tonight's show, said, Pete, be careful. What do you think is going to happen tonight?
I don't know.
Terry Barr's finally going to get me in a headlock and start wailing on me? It could happen. It's only a matter of time. All right, so your dad's theory is holding true. I'm frazzled. I was going to do the show from home tonight and check my new wireless connection because I went with Brightspeed. And I want to hear how it sounds. It's supposed to be better than Spectrum. I thought, well, it's a Friday night. Maybe I'll try it. And I just panicked. I just don't like to do the show from home. And I got in the car last minute, but that cost me an hour of prep time. So I got here, I was a little frazzled.
Shows you're dedicated.
I'm dedicated. I don't know if you noticed that I was frazzled. But all right, when we come back, folks, we're talking cheese and cheese fests, particularly in Plymouth, Wisconsin. Mary Hauser, the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce in Plymouth, is up next to talk about cheese. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
To the Talk of Green Bay, WGBW, home of Mino and the Mayor.
As Wisconsin is brats on the grill for a tailgate, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
For 97.9 WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. The Joint Finance Committee is meeting today for the first time in about 2 weeks with a lengthy agenda to tackle. The committee tossed Governor Tony Evers' proposed budget, and if a new budget isn't settled on by Monday, when the fiscal year ends, the previous biennial budget will continue, which leads to fiscal uncertainty for local governments and school districts. Almost half of the Brown County residents who took the Wisconsin Balance of State Continuum of Care's 2024 survey said domestic violence, sexual sexual assault or human trafficking was a contributing factor to their homelessness. According to the Balance of State, homelessness in Brown County continues to rise, with an estimated 643 unhoused people in the county. A suspect is now in custody in connection to the ambush shootings of 2 Milwaukee police officers last night. Stuart J. Waddles has more.
One officer is hospitalized in critical condition. The other was treated for injuries not life-threatening. The Milwaukee police chief was out of town at the time of the shooting. Assistant Chief Nicole Waldner took the lead at the press conference.
What the problem is today, and every time actually that, we have all of you in front of us, the problem is too many people have guns. So I could put an officer on every single corner. That will not eliminate the amount of guns in the hands of people that shouldn't have them, right? All over the city. And unfortunately, it won't also help the fact that there is complete, utter disregard for anybody else other than themselves.
The officers, each with just over 6 years on the job, were called to a person with weapons call at around 9 last night. Police say the officers were unexpectedly fired upon in an alley and both were hit and unable to return fire.
I'm Lisa Hale, 97.9 WGBW News. For news anytime, log on to WGBW.FM.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. You gotta love the Reacher series. They are hard at work on season 4 already and rarely make their audience wait too long between seasons. Barry star Christopher Rodriguez Marquette will join the cast for season 4, taking over the role of a small-town cop vacated by Jay Baruchel, who left the show to attend to personal matters. Season 4 of the Netflix show is scheduled to drop sometime in 2026. Martin Freeman might be the hardest working man in show business, and he's a pretty darn good actor too. The Hobbit star has agreed to join the cast of The Adam Trials, a psychological thriller directed by River Wild filmmaker Ben Kitai. Young Sheldon's Ian Armitage will also be part of the cast. The plot follows 2 parents who will do anything to save the life of their terminally ill son, but with unexpected side effects. The project is still in the early stages of production, so stay tuned. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Download the Civic Media app in the Google Play or Apple App Store and take us everywhere. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, a partly cloudy sky with lows in the upper 50s. For Saturday, mostly sunny and warmer, highs in the low 80s. A mix of sun and clouds Sunday, muggy, chance of showers and storms. High near 90 degrees, heat index 90s. Currently at 75 degrees.
Matt and Air on Air.
From articles that I have seen, if you are a bagel purist, you should not toast your bagel. I think nothing's better than a toasted bagel and a schmear.
Folks, can we have a moment of honesty? Do you really like bagels, or do you like the schmear that is transported by them? Get rid of the stigma. If I walk into this room eating cream cheese out of a tub with a spoon.
Why is that wrong?
Matt and Air on Air, weekday mornings 9 to 11 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app. The Todd Albaugh Show.
The Joint Finance Committee was leaked that they intend to cut $87 million from the UW system budget. And so we put this out on our socials last night, and today the Joint Finance Committee decided to pull that from the agenda. Because apparently, from what I'm told, Republican legislators got a lot of calls. When the truth is disseminated and people react, results can happen.
The Todd Albaugh Show, weekdays 2 to 4 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app. Rational Revolution with Mark Becker.
We're talking with former Republican
Welcome back to a Friday night edition of Nightlight, one of our favorite nights of the week. Definitely top 5. Great to have you with me as we talk about the things in life that make us happy. Movies and TV, comedy, music, theater, and of course, a good old-fashioned Wisconsin Summertime Festival. And there's a great one happening in Plymouth this weekend. It is the Cheese Capital Festival. And if you're up for a road trip, or if you live in the area and we're thinking about checking it out, you absolutely have to, because it looks like tons of fun. And joining us now to talk about the Cheese Capital Festival is the executive director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, Mary Hauser. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
How's
Thanks for having me.
Oh, very. Listen, it's our pleasure. Thanks for taking the time out. It sounds like a really fun festival, and we can hear some stuff going on in the background there. Is it in full swing yet, or when does it actually start to happen?
We started off right away, and the music's getting going and all the food's here. We've got tons of people already, and we're just anxiously waiting for the race cars to arrive from Road America for tonight.
Oh, that's right.
So we've got a full 2 days of fun.
Oh, my gosh. So you've got a Road America car parade starting at 6 p.m., and we're glad we got this interview in before that starts. Otherwise, there'd be no point in doing this because we wouldn't even hear you, I'm assuming.
Right, that's very true.
All right, so tell us what people can expect if they decide to take a trip to Plymouth to the Cheese Capital Festival. Where does the title come from, Mary? Is Plymouth the cheese capital?
Many years ago, we were designated as the cheese capital because we had so many cheese companies in our community. And we were the home of the very first cheese exchange, which set all the prices of cheese. So we have been known as that for many years. And then we formally kind of trademarked that a few years back. And we use it in all of our advertising and our marketing of our community because it's such a great place to visit and a great place to live.
All right,
but of course, cheese is all we do.
Right. Well, tell us about why Plymouth is such a great place to be in the summer. Other than the Cheese Capital Festival, I'm sure you could do this in your sleep, talking about the benefits of what a great place Plymouth is.
Yeah, Plymouth is a wonderful community. It's small, but it's close to everything. If you like the atmosphere of larger cities, you can come here for a day trip and enjoy our very quaint downtown, our historical buildings, and we have a really nice selection of eclectic shops and restaurants. And then all summer long, we do things like this with festivals all June, July, and August. Have to celebrate when you can in Wisconsin.
Absolutely. And you got some great weather, it looks like, for the festival. Are you a lifelong Plymouth resident, Mary?
I moved here about 23 years ago, and it was supposed to be temporary, but we fell in love with the community, and we don't plan on going anywhere.
And now you're the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, for God's sake, so you must absolutely love the town.
For the past 11 years, I've got to do this as my job, and it's not really a job because it's so much fun here.
That's such great attitude. All right, so I'm looking at your flyer here. You have Cheese Talks. What's a cheese talk?
Well, we have our local cheese companies. Of course, we're the home of Sargento, Sartori, Masters Gallery, Great Lakes Cheese, and they all come in and they give presentations on cheese making, cheese grading, cheese pairings, and just different ways of celebrating cheese. So we have experts from those companies who come in and share their knowledge.
Do they get along? That's my question.
Oh, absolutely. Well, a lot of them are related.
Oh,
There's a family that kind of is involved in 2 or 3 of them. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are those popular? Do people like sitting down and listening to talk about cheese? I mean, do people really embrace the cheese element of the festival?
Actually, they do. They enjoy learning things about, because everybody enjoys cheese. You have to if you live in Wisconsin.
Absolutely.
So being able to find out how it's made or see how it's made or learn about how they grade cheese and the different kinds of cheese there are, it's, information's good for everyone. So those are just short little 15-minute talks that we put out. And then we also have a cheese eating contest.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Tell me about the cheese eating.
Yeah, we have people fighting to get into that. So we end up drawing names for 9 or 10 people, and they've got 3 minutes to eat 16 ounces of cheddar cheese, and then whoever eats the most after those 3 minutes wins the prize.
Oh my gosh! So, how much is 3 ounces of cheddar cheese? What are we looking at there?
16 ounces.
Oh, 16
it's a full
ounces.
pound of cheese. So they have 3 minutes to eat it.
3 minutes to eat a pound of cheese, and then the contest continues after that?
No, then what we do after the end of 3 minutes, we weigh each block and see who ate the most.
Do people?
But if you can imagine, how dry cheddar cheese is.
Yeah. Do people get sick afterwards, or do you give them something to wash it down with?
Yeah, they all have water, but so far nobody's gotten sick, so that's a good thing. This is our 3rd year of this festival, and we've had the same winner the last 2 years. But he said he's not feeling too confident about defending his title this year, so we'll see.
Why not? Why isn't he feeling confident?
I don't know. He said he hasn't been training.
What's your favorite kind of cheese, Mary?
I'm, of course, a cheddar person.
Cheddar, okay.
But we have a local company called Sartori that makes artisan cheese that is out of this world.
Oh, wow. All right, I'm looking at a bag, a 1 pound bag of cheese, and I cannot imagine. Could you do that? Do you think you could eat a pound of cheese in 3 minutes?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because it's in a block, it's heavy, it's hard, it's dry. Cheddar cheese is somewhat of a dry cheese, so it's not the easiest thing to do.
I'm seriously thinking about jumping in my car right now and driving there to watch the cheese eating contest. That must be an absolute
Absolutely.
spectacle. Yeah.
We also have some of our local restaurants that participate in a mac and cheese contest where they make their best mac and cheese, and then we have a panel of judges come in and score them.
Oh,
so we
that
give
sounds
awards
fun.
out for best mac and cheese,
Oh, that's so fun.
and of course people can sample it too.
Yeah. My guest is Mary Hauser. She is the executive director of the Plymouth, Wisconsin Area Chamber of Commerce. We're talking about the Cheese Capital Festival. Do you know, Mary, are there other festivals like this in Wisconsin? And I know Madison has a cheese curd festival, but there must be other cheese festivals. Are you aware of them?
Oh yes, Monroe has a huge one every other year, and theirs is massive because I
Wow.
believe Monroe is the Swiss cheese capital.
Oh, okay.
So that's another big event. But this is just an excuse to get people together. We have a parade in the morning where all the floats have a cheese theme, and we just kind of celebrate our heritage,
That's
which
so
is
great.
cheese.
It's so great. Absolutely. Embrace it. And you also have live music. Tell us a little bit about the music you guys are offering.
Well, tonight we have two groups starting at 6:30 tonight after the cars get here. And tonight's focus is a little bit more maybe contemporary and pop rock. Tomorrow night is a little bit more country. So we have to have something for everyone.
Yeah. I see you have Doozy at 6:30 and then the Model Citizens. I love that name for a band at 8:30
Yes.
after the Road America Car Parade. How long is that? Like, does that parade, you've allocated 2 hours. Is that a 2-hour parade?
No, what they do is they depart Road America and then they drive into town and park down at the Stair Park where our festival is.
Okay.
And so everybody can come down and see all the cars and talk with the drivers and kind of get, up close and personal like you would at a pit in a fire or a racetrack.
Like at a racetrack, yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So, all right, so you've got cheese, Mary. What else, if people go there, what other food are you offering? Are there food booths or trucks or something like that?
Oh yeah, we have several food trucks and food booths. We've got people serving tacos where the shell's made out of cheese. We've got grilled cheese.
Oh,
We've got
wow.
baked potatoes. Of course, the usual hamburger and brats. We have pitas. We have cheese curds. Pretty much everything.
And what is the cheese wedge race? That's at 4 p.m.
Oh,
tomorrow.
That's a lot of fun. We sell raffle tickets for $5 each or 5 for $20, where you buy a numbered cheese wedge, and we take all those cheese wedges and we dump them off the bridge by our park, and they come down the river that runs the backside of our park here, and the first 4 places win, and so you can win $1,000.
$1,000?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. All right, so the cheese wedge race, the cheese eating contest. What do you guys offer if people? I assume it's a family friendly event. What do people
yes.
that bring kids? What is there for kids, Mary?
Well, tomorrow morning, starting with the parade at 10, we have that. And then immediately following, we have a whole kids zone. It's set up with bounce houses. We have face painting. We have one of our local educational farms bring in some of their babies, their livestock. And we have the Wisconsin Dairy Association represented. We also have the Farm Discovery from Wisconsin here. One is located in Manitowoc. So we have a lot of different things for kids to do. In addition to our playground down here at the park is a farm-centered playground.
That's excellent. My guest is Mary Hauser. We have a couple more minutes here with Mary. She is the executive director of the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce. We're talking about their Cheese Capital Festival, folks, which is happening this weekend. If you're looking for a road trip, Plymouth is just south of Elkhart Lake. Do you get a lot of vacationers there, Mary?
Oh, yes. Elkhart Lake is a huge partner with us.
Oh, that's good.
And especially with Road America being in Elkhart, we're kind of trying to tie the two communities together even more.
Very nice.
So Elkhart Lake or Road America renamed this normal annual race the Cheese Capital Cup. So that's why we've partnered with them to bring the cars in.
Oh, very cool. Well, it sounds like a blast. Mary, everyone who comes on the show, I ask them typically what they're watching on TV. I assume your job as executive director of the Chamber of Commerce is a year-round job, obviously. You've got the Cheese Festival. This is probably taking up a lot of your time. What do you do when you go home and kick your feet up, Mary? What do you watch on TV?
Well, I like to watch pretty much anything on Netflix. So anything that's out there, I'll watch.
Anything on Netflix?
Yeah, I like to watch it all.
Do you have a show in particular you're kind of binging at the moment?
I actually just finished binging Tokyo Vice on HBO.
Oh, that's a good show, isn't it?
It is a very good show.
Yeah, I was surprised. I really like that, too. All right, it's the Cheese Capital Festival, folks. It's happening in Plymouth today and tomorrow. They've got parades, they've got bounce houses, they've got cheese, and lots of different food and music options. It sounds like an absolute blast. Mary, thank you so much for your time tonight, and I hope the event is an insane success.
Thank you so much. We'd love to see you here.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks so much. I don't know, what do you think? Should we have time to get to Plymouth tonight for the...
You know, I actually, when I was growing up, I'd always go to Plymouth Rock Campground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a fun place, and it was really close to Road America.
Oh, that's cool. So that's a big... I didn't realize racing was that big there.
Oh, yeah, it's huge there.
In Plymouth, wow.
Road America is a huge, it's well known.
But is it based in Plymouth?
Well, it's kind of on the outskirts.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Plymouth and Elkhart Lake, and yeah.
You know who's from Plymouth?
Who's that?
Aaron Carreno.
Oh, so he'd probably know a lot about.
He probably knows all about the cheese. I say we get in the car, we pick up Aaron, we hit his hometown, we tear it up. And do you think you could eat a pound of cheese?
I don't think
in 3 minutes, mind you.
Definitely not.
It sounds really
maybe if I take my time.
Yeah,
but then I feel like I'd feel so bad after that.
You can't possibly feel good. I mean, a pound of cheese, that's the kind of stuff that would never make you want to eat cheese again, I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're Wisconsin, so
it's a little off the...
It's in our blood.
Come on. We don't have to force ourselves to eat cheese, though.
There's literally cheese in our blood.
It is cool that there's this many cheese groups. I didn't realize there were that many headquarters.
You know,
right there in Plymouth.
I really could go for a cheese curd right now.
All right, well, we got time. We're going to do a very short break, and we will come back. Hey, coming up at 7:05, folks, I'm going to take a Brad Pitt quiz. I might have to have my wife help me. She's got a little crush on Brad Pitt, not me. All right, we're coming right back. It's Night Light with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Stand by me.
Reach, engage, grow with Civic Media. Log on civicmedia.us/advertise.
Turn up the summer vibes at Chula Vista Resort, your playground for summer dreams, water parks, and sun-soaked pools. Epic water slides, soaring zip lines, and world-class golf. Dine in the #1 steakhouse in Wisconsin. Chula Vista Resort. Call 1-800-388-4782 or visit chulavistaresort.com.
Chula Vista Resort is one of the top 10 indoor water parks in the USA with 26 water slides over 1.5 miles long. Find out more at chulavistaresort.com.
Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley for over 30 years and are proud sponsors of Mino and the Mayor's Eye on the Community. Insight offers comprehensive eye care, including glasses and contact lenses. Their doctors have a special interest in treating chronic eye disease, specialty contact lenses, and pediatric care. Find Insight on Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam. Improving lives by improving sight. Insight Eye Care.
Are you ever questioning when life will slow down? Are you ever thinking of just relaxing and enjoying the simple things? All of this is possible, even while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.FM and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.FM. We can work together to have real news and great conversation while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
I'm Dan Schaefer. Let's recombobulate. Ever since I started the recombobulation area, I've written an in-depth breakdown of every new edition of the Marquette University Law School poll. The newest poll asks about a range of topics: whether Tony Evers should run for a third term, where people stand on Donald Trump's economic policies, and a host of issues relating to the state budget. The poll paints a picture of a polarized Wisconsin. Many people are very dug into their partisan camps, which is perhaps to be expected in the most evenly divided state in the nation. But there are a number of issues polled that do have the support of more than 2/3 of Wisconsin voters. Those include extending Medicaid coverage for new moms, legalizing marijuana, making major increases in state aid for special education, providing mental health services in schools, allowing citizen-led ballot initiatives, and banning cell phones in schools. What do most of these issues have in common? They are policies being advanced by Democrats in Wisconsin.
Find all of Dan's work at the recombobulation area.
Hey, this is John Grise, also Uncle Rico, and you're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night shift.
Welcome back. You feel like eating cheese now?
That's just too much.
Or kind of staying away from it. I don't know.
I will have one basket of cheese curds.
A basket?
You know, like a...
You know what you should do? Like, I thought the first when you said that, I thought you meant like a basket on your bike. Like you're just driving around on your bike eating cheese curds out of the basket.
You think that's how I get around Green Bay?
I would. You become a local celeb. Welcome back to Nightlight. I am Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me on this Friday night. If you're not in your car, headed to Plymouth for Cheese Fest, Cheese Capital Fest. What is it? Cheese Capital Fest.
Yes.
Sure.
You got it.
All right. It's a bar band Friday night, folks. Terry Barr will be here at 7:35, and boy, she has outdone herself. I've heard these two songs and these two artists she's bringing tonight, and I cannot wait to talk to her about them. Both Wisconsin people. They've got shows coming up all around the state, so you'll want to hear that and where you can see them live, because we'll get a sampling of their music, and she's outdone herself, as she so often does, but both these guys are great artists, so that'll be fun at 7:35. At 7:05, Conrad, tell people what's happening at 7:05.
Well, in honor of the question tonight,
yeah,
I'm going to give you a Brad Pitt movie quiz.
Correct.
Which I'm going to give you a little short description of a movie he's been in, and you have to guess the title.
But you can't make it too hard.
I don't think it's...
because a lot of his movies, you just got to give me some nugget of what it might be.
So I will give you, points if you get the title.
Appreciate it.
But I'll give you bonus points if you guess what his name was in that film.
Can I use IMDb?
I don't think. No, you cannot use that. No cheat sheet.
I've got like a Clark Kent thing happening, a little curly thing in my hair. If you're watching on the stream, folks, this is a pandemonium. All right, got it taken care of. That'll be fun. And, folks, you guys can chime in, too, during the quiz. Conrad will read the question. I'll kind of take my time answering. So if you know the answer and you're listening on the stream or the text line or whatever, or if you want to call in and have an opinion, that's fine, too. The phone lines are always open, as you know, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can text or call, but join in the quiz. If you're a Brad Pitt fan, like I said, this is my wife's crush. And
so I'll give you a phone a friend if you want.
A lifeline?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one though.
We can do that.
You only get one.
Like if I really get in a jam?
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of Bar Band Friday night, I love like I just said this, I love the artist Terry has. My son is going to see the Killers tonight in Milwaukee at Summerfest. And I don't think, here's the problem. My brother Andrew, he calls me like on Monday. He goes, hey, I bought 8 tickets to the Killers. Your son Joe is going. A couple of his buddies are going. A couple of my brother's buddies are going. He goes, join us on Friday. I'm like, maybe you haven't heard of a little show called Night Light with Pete Schwaba that I do on the Civic Media Radio Network every night from 6 to 8 p.m. I can't just I book these shows sometimes 2 weeks in advance, sometimes a week in advance.
You know what you could have done? Could have called in from there and done the whole show on the phone.
Here's just a couple Killers tunes. Yeah. That's called piracy, I think. I don't think I could do that, but that does sound like a great show. I would say these things that I've done, all these things that I've done, and Mr. Brightside are 2 of my favorite songs of the last 20 years. I'm sure that's going to be an amazing show. So that'll be fun. All right, so the Oshkosh Pride is happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
All right, I was trying to do my best. Yesterday I was really busy. I was following the thread. There was about 4,000 messages on the New Wisco chat here at Civic Media, and I couldn't even keep up. And all I saw was, I knew I couldn't be there. They didn't ask either, by the way. I'm a prideful guy. I'm a proud person.
Okay.
I'm happy to go support Pride. No, they didn't ask. I had plans anyway, but the T-shirts look cool.
Yeah?
And I'm like, can I get a T-shirt? So is that weird if I don't go to support the fellow New Wisco team here and I just want a T-shirt? That's kind of lame, right? Is that kind of Bush League?
No, because you're supporting every time you wear the shirt.
That's true. And I had, years ago, I think I had a rainbow pin or something on. No, it was a shirt. It was given to me, and I wore it because I support all people. And a friend of mine, like, you sure you want to walk around in that? I'm like, yeah. He goes, it's just, a T-shirt people might think. I'm like, people might think I'm a human being that supports other human beings. I wear sports jerseys sometimes. No one ever says, are you worried people are going to think you're on the Cubs? Like, seriously? Get over yourself, people.
I don't think anyone would think that, though.
Oh, you haven't seen my curveball, apparently. So, are you happy with who the Bucks drafted?
He does, look.
Who is it?
Well, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Okay. That's becoming more and more of a thing in the NBA. All these Eastern European guys.
I'm sure you'll be able to hear it when, you'll hear Mike Clemens through the break.
Okay.
So, yeah, you'll be able to hear it that. But, he does look like a little bit of a Jokic.
Yeah.
Though, I don't keep too heavy on Bucks because I'm not really a Bucks fan.
Oh, that's right.
The one thing I'm happy about is John Tonje getting drafted. A lot of people thought he was going to go undrafted, but he was one of the best
first
scorers.
round?
Second round, towards the end to the Utah Jazz. And I'm really happy. He was one of the top scorers in college last year, so I'm surprised he didn't go higher.
Why didn't he go higher? He's not big.
Well, all right. So, when you look on ESPN during the draft, you can see, their weaknesses, and they're worried he doesn't know how to pass.
Well, he was on the Badgers last year. Who's he going to pass to?
The Badgers were so, they were just different every game. If Tanje's playing good, I want him to have the ball.
So your son's drafted a guy named Liam McNeely, who sounds like an Irish independent film actor.
So
drafted 29th.
I'll tell you this, I'm not a Suns fan anymore.
Oh, that is so lame. I can't even.
Do you know why?
No.
I'll tell you.
Because they drafted Liam McNeely?
Yeah, that's the whole reason. I'll tell you during the break.
Tell me during the break. My Bulls drafted Noah Esenge. Who's supposed to be pretty good. All right, we're coming back, folks. Brad Pitt quiz coming up next after intermission in Act 2, which will also feature Terry Barr. We're coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
This is 97.9 WGBW Denmark, Green Bay's real news and great conversation, a Civic Media radio station.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. A major ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court strengthening President Trump's authority and a decision involving birthright citizenship. The 6-3 decision along ideological lines ruling that federal judges cannot put nationwide blocks on a president's executive orders. No vacation till it's passed. That from President Trump to Congress about a so-called big, beautiful bill. That bill, which already passed the House, would extend and expand the tax cuts passed during Trump's first term. U.S. Marshals say they've captured Antoine Massey, one of 2 fugitives still on the run after a brazen mass jailbreak in New Orleans. Sheriff Susan Hudson.
I want to thank our community for reaching out to me personally to provide the information directly leading to Antoine Massey's capture.
The S&P 500 closing at an all-time high of 6173. It is a remarkable recovery after a springtime plunge of stocks caused by fears that President Trump policies could hurt the economy. This is ABC News.
Local news, weather, and sports on air and streaming on the Civic Media app. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
For 97.9 WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. A dream 10 years in the making came true Thursday with a ribbon-cutting celebration for a new Boys and Girls Club in Ripon. Bob Nelson reports.
It's the third site for the Boys and Girls Club in the Tri-County area, with its main facility in Berlin and another site in Green Lake. Boys and Girls Club CEO Jason Presto says the 40,000 square foot facility has all the elements of a Boys and Girls Club, but also non-traditional offerings like a licensed child care center and a skilled trades workshop for teens.
It's not normal for Boys and Girls Clubs to run fully licensed daycare centers, and it's not, or I shouldn't say normal, traditional. It's not traditional for Boys and Girls Clubs to run skilled trades workshops and get into career development.
Over 200 donors contributed to the fundraising for the new facility, ranging from a few dollars to more than $1 million. From Ripon, I'm Bob Nelson for Civic Media News.
The Outagamie County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of a 7-month-old child in the town of Vandenbrake. First responders were called at 9:20 Thursday morning for a baby not breathing. Deputies attempted life-saving measures, but the child did not survive. When the 40th annual U.S. Venture Open takes to the golf courses of the Fox Valley and Green Bay in August, the guest of honor will be actor Jeremy Renner. He's known as Hawkeye or Clint Barton in the Avengers films, and he's also the star of the CBS show Mayor of Kingston. Renner will participate in a special program and interview during a dinner reception. The U.S. Venture Open on August 13th raises money to end poverty in Northeast Wisconsin. I'm Lisa Hale, 97.9 WGBW News. For news anytime, log on to WGBW.FM.
Brewers baseball this weekend. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Brewers host the Rockies this weekend in Milwaukee. On Monday, the crew heads to New York, where they'll play the Mets on Tuesday night. Basketball. The Bucks excited about their second-round pick in the NBA draft. Listen as General Manager John Horst makes the call to Serbia's Bogolub Markovic.
Milwaukee Bucks are selecting Bogo Markovic.
That's correct.
Thank you, guys.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, nice to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
How are you?
All the way from last year's workout. Now you're coming back again.
Yeah, time flies so fast.
We were really excited to have you, man. You got so much better. Your body's improved, and we've been tracking you since you were here last year, man. These guys were literally standing on the table for you the last couple of days, so we're excited to get you, man.
Yeah, so here. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So excited to be there.
The hat looked good on you, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
That's Bucks GM John Horst and Bogolub Markovic. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
As Wisconsin is summer weekends being spent on the lake, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, a partly cloudy sky with lows in the upper 50s. For Saturday, mostly sunny and warmer, highs in the low 80s. A mix of sun and clouds Sunday, muggy, chance of showers and storms. High near 90 degrees, heat index 90s. Right now, it's 73.
The Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show.
Reproductive rights isn't just for women. Alan Tipple with Men for Choice joins me and Abe and Craig for a little guy talk about the politics of abortion.
Saturday and Sunday afternoons at 3 on WGBW and WISS. The Todd Albaugh Show.
Joe here in Madison on WMDX about University of Wisconsin system. The legislature looking at cutting $87 million of that.
First off, you deserve incredible kudos for bringing this issue forward.
You're too kind. Thank you.
Led the way. And you've been keeping at this question of the two-year campuses and what does the system mean throughout the time that you've been on radio. And we really appreciate it.
The Todd Albaugh Show. Weekdays 2 to 4 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who believes in an eye for an eye, but only if they're lowercase, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back to Night Light, folks. Kicking off Act 2 here on a Friday night, on a beautiful Friday night. There's a really good band playing next door. I went out, got some fresh air, had a smoke, and you weren't even going to question if I smoked.
It's just a normal thing at this point.
I think I would like to start smoking. I've said that before. My wife actually believes me. It is cool. Smoking is cool. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, no way around it.
Well,
we can debate that. Welcome back, folks. We have had a really fun show so far tonight. We talked cheese in the first hour. If you missed it, or if you're in the mood for a road trip, get in your vehicle right now and go to Plymouth, because it sounds like there is a really cool cheese fest happening there. The Cheese Capital Festival. And there's all these cheese headquarters in Plymouth. I had no idea. So that's going on. We talked to Mary Hauser from the Chamber of Commerce in Plymouth, who told us all about Cheese Fest. We put our question out there, which is Brad Pitt a good actor? And what is your favorite Brad Pitt movie? We've only done this about 3 times since we've been on the air when it comes to an actor or actress where we've said, what's your favorite movie? Because, I think most of the people that listen are pretty showbiz savvy. Most of the people that listen to Nightlight, but, there's very few actors or actresses where you could say, what's your favorite movie? And even casual fans know enough movies to participate. So that's the thinking behind that. Let us know what your favorite Brad Pitt film is, and if you think he's a good actor or not. I do think he's a good actor. I think he hasn't always had the greatest roles to showcase his abilities, but when he does, he's pretty good. F1, the movie, opens this weekend. It's about Formula One racing, and Pitt is the star, and it's getting crazy good reviews. So I'm probably going to end up seeing it because, as I mentioned earlier, Brad Pitt is basically my wife's boyfriend.
So is she your phone a friend in this quiz that you're about to take?
I don't know yet. I don't think I'm going to need the phone a friend, but it's one of those things like when you've been with someone long enough and Friends did that thing where you get a pass, or it's like a hall pass. Remember Pete Jones? We had on the writer of Hall Pass, and if she ever met him, I'd be like, yeah, go for it. That's fine. I would expect the same in return, but I mean, she's been so into the guy for so long. I would almost expect that kind of behavior.
So would yours be Sydney Sweeney?
I don't know. I don't think I'd have the intellectual connection with Sydney Sweeney. Now, I'm not saying I'm smarter than her. I mean, there's a big age difference there. But yeah, Sydney Sweeney's, she's a nice person.
She just released another product.
Oh, no.
Well, she has a partnership with Baskin Robbins now. And she has a gummy bear flavored ice cream.
Why do we need that? What's that like? The soap I get. There's a whole pervert community out there that's going to buy the soap, especially the bar with a hole in it. But the ice cream, that's interesting. Maybe she just likes ice cream.
In the ad, for the ice cream, it said that she would try to go into Baskin Robbins all the time and sneak some ice cream.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's true.
That's good. Yeah,
I'm sure that's true.
I bet that could be. So we had a great first hour. We're kicking off hour number 2. Feel free to answer our question of the night, folks. And we will read your text on the radio. We should probably catch up on some texts here anyway. I just talked about Cheese Fest, and this is kind of funny. Chris Casper texted in, as he does frequently on the show. Casper from the 608, Chris Casper, the engineering genius here at Civic Media, says, I could eat a 1-pound block of cheese in 30 minutes. So he's referring to, in the interview, Mary Hauser said the goal is in the cheese eating contest to eat a pound of cheese in 3 minutes, which I think is insanity. Casper says he could eat a 1-pound block of cheese in 30 minutes. Sounds like he needs to pace himself. I don't know if Chris is really serious about this cheese eating contest, but then he says we can film it. I would love to film that. Next time I'm in Madison, remind me that we're going to film Casper eating a block of cheese.
Yeah, we're going to. So he continues on, says, if it's Wisconsin brick cheese, I could do it in 15. So
what's the diff?
Well, I don't know. Brick cheese is pretty plain, I feel like.
So what do you, it's harder to muscle down cheddar?
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
or
cheddar.
Shredded?
Cheddar kind of has that, like, bitterness to it.
I would hork within 2 minutes if I tried to eat that much cheddar cheese. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And then Casper finally fesses up and says, 3 minutes? Nope, could not do that. Thank you for your honesty, Chris. I thought you were serious about cheese eating, but we'll revisit that another day, perhaps on my next Madison trip. Bridget from the 818 says, Brad Pitt caught my attention in Thelma and Louise. Great movie. But my favorite is Legends of the Fall. He played that tragic character, Tristan, so well. Oh, my God. Remember that person who kept texting me, and I kept telling them I was trying to get to the bottom of why they were texting me. It was obviously some scam.
Yeah,
I kept telling him my name was Tristan, and that's probably where I got that, from Legends of the Fall. Todd from De Pere says, getting some fresh air and had a smoke. What an oxymoron. Nice, Todd. Good catch. I didn't really have a smoke. I don't really ever smoke unless I'm on fire.
I mean, I see you all the time out there catching one, but
having a square. Christine from Slinger says, The Fury, great movie about tank commanders in World War II in France. I remember. I don't know if I ever saw that movie, though. I hope that's not in your quiz. But if it is, I'll work around it. Mark from Prairie du Sac says, I don't know if it is my favorite Brad Pitt movie, but his line in Troy that I really like is the one where he tossed to I don't know that name. He says that classic line to the bad guy. Before my time is done, I will look down on your corpse and smile. That's a great line. I don't know if I saw Troy. I think I did see Troy, but it's been a while. Great text. Thank you, Mark. All right. Should we start our quiz?
yes. And I got a new correct noise.
Sound? Victory sound?
It is, yeah.
Let's hear it. All right. It sounds less game showy. That sounds like an excuse me, I got that right. Before we do this, I have to read your mom's text. She says, I miss having good, squeaky, fresh cheese curds in Florida. Would you send your mom some cheese curds? Would it kill you to get some dry ice and put some cheese curds in there?
My brother, my sister-in-law, and I, we all got a nice Wisconsin kind of package for my dad and sent it down to Florida with some cheese, summer sausage, some mustard.
For Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little taste of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know, as I get older, I really like the taste of summer sausage, and I love a salami sandwich with mustard and cheddar.
You know,
but man, does it look unhealthy. That meat just looks so
Yeah, it does,
disgusting.
yes.
It really looks horrible.
And adding the mustard to it as well. Yeah.
But the mustard is what makes it to me. All right. This is our Brad Pitt quiz. Conrad wrote this up today. I asked him to spare well, I don't want it to be too hard because I'm not, listen, folks, mostly in everything I talk about here on a nightly basis, I'm mostly a fan. I know I've been in the business. I've written some movies, and I'm probably a writer first, but I am not like a critic or an expert. So I don't know how I'll do on this because I haven't seen all of Brad Pitt's films, but I've probably seen most of them. And I've heard my wife yammer about them for 20 years. So I think I can do pretty well in this. If you're listening, honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean yammering. But it's yammering because it's a guy who's better looking than me. So we're going to do this. If you know the answer, feel free to text in or call. You can give the answer, and we'll see if we can do this together. All right, folks? Conrad Krieger, rocking the board. Let's go. Question number 1, Nightlight Brad Pitt quiz.
All right. Number 1. A former boxer turned gypsy gets tangled up in a chaotic web of underground crime involving stolen diamonds and illegal fights, all delivered with British swagger and dark humor.
I forgot about the stolen diamonds part. Wait a minute. Maybe I don't know this one. I know it, but you kept going, and I don't remember those elements of the movie. So,
well, just Go ahead.
Kind of waiting to see if anybody texts because I don't want to steal everybody's thunder. So I'm taking my time, but I will guess Fight Club.
That is not.
Underground boxing, he's done more than... Oh, Snatch. How has he done more than one underground boxing movie?
All right, so you got 1 point for that, and I'll give you bonus points if you can get his name in the from the movie.
Snatch?
Yes.
How about if I get his name from Fight Club?
No, it has to be
All
from
right.
Snatch.
All right. I was going to try to cheat, but I'm not going. I don't know. I know it's Tyler Durden in Fight
I can
Club.
give you a hint.
All right.
The first name is a popular Disney character, and it started the whole thing in Disney.
You know what? I do know. Now I know. Thank you for the hint. Now I know. It's Mickey O'Neill. Because my wife's maiden name is O'Neill. All right. Perfect. I should have got that one. All right. All right. I'm half for one.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
threw me.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
A disillusioned office worker forms an underground club with a mysterious soap salesman challenging modern consumerism and identity.
Fight Club. Tyler Durden. Bonus points.
Correct.
All righty. Here we go. Schwaba's on a roll. Bringing it.
All right. Here's the next one. Number 3. In Nazi-occupied France, a group of Jewish American soldiers known as the Bastards set out to spread fear.
You didn't have to make it that easy.
Okay.
Inglorious Bastards.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Do you know his name?
Hey, our new right noise should be the Homer. Woohoo! That'll be our new moving
yeah,
forward.
okay.
quizzes. That's a
Okay.
great one.
All right.
Mental note. Take a memo. What did you just ask me?
What do you know his name in the film?
No, I don't.
It starts with Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Flopperson. Floppy. That's what they call him. I don't know. Lieutenant Dan. No. Lieutenant, I'd have to cheat. I'm looking at IMDb Pro right now. I don't know.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lieutenant Aldo Rain.
Oh, yeah. Now, these are bonus questions, so I'm still getting
Yes.
it.
So
Okay.
those don't count as
All right.
you're getting it wrong.
Fair enough. All right.
So-
Question 4. I'm 2. Let's call it 2 for 3 because I didn't really get that.
Well, you got all the correct answers for the movies.
And with the bonus one, I should be 3 for 3 technically.
So yeah, you're 3 for 3.
Okay.
So 4. All right.
All right.
A charming but unlucky assassin boards a high-speed Japanese train to complete what seems like a simple job until everything.
Bullet train. Boom. Nailed it.
What's his name?
Oh, God.
It's very not unique.
John Smith.
Oh wait, it is unique. Sorry, I said that. I said that wrong.
Philip J.
It's not an actual name.
Orgasm.
It's not an
No.
actual name.
It's not an actual name.
It's an insect.
Flea.
It's ladybug.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
All right, I think we can get one more in here.
All right.
All right, so 5.
I'm
A retired CIA operative writes a tell-all memoir accidentally setting off a ridiculous and chaotic chain reaction in Washington, D.C.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Nope. I talked about this movie today. I said, did you see this movie?
I don't know. Give me a hint.
I talked about it today saying I only got clips of this movie when I was looking up Brad Pitt movies today.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No.
True
All
Romance.
right, how about this? You ponder it over break,
All right, ponder it. Pondering as we speak.
and
It's a
we'll
2-minute
come back
ponder.
to it.
All right, we're coming back. I'll finish the quiz, and we might talk about Conrad's tattoo. that
Yeah?
he's getting. He's going to show it on the stream. You're going to weigh in on it if you want, folks. We're coming right back. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
Look up cheese curds. You'll find this basic definition: wet pieces of curdled milk. Well, it should also include the word delicious. As we continue to celebrate June Dairy Month, do you know how much milk is needed to make 1 pound of cheese curds? 16 ounces, 64 ounces, or 160 ounces, 10 pounds of milk? The answer coming up.
It actually is a sound of freshness.
Rachel Kerr is talking about squeaky curds. She's with the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin and a bit of a cheese nerd.
Those elastic protein strands rub against the enamel of your teeth and create that characteristic sound.
The squeak turns stretchy when battered and deep fried. Some believe the idea to fry globs of cheese happened by accident. I consider it a happy accident. Okay, did you guess? It takes 10 pounds of milk, which is a big gallon jug plus a little bit more, to make 1 pound of squeaky cheese curds. Call me your curd girl for this slice of Wisconsin. I'm Terry Barr for the Civic Media Radio Network.
Wisconsin is the home of heroes. Blase Hoof Trimming in Kewanee recognizes all of our local military members. A world of thanks to those who serve and their families for securing peace and prosperity for our country. Freedom rings because of your great sacrifice. Brave hearts who continue to lay down their own lives to protect and defend ours. At Blase Hoof Trimming in Kewanee, we love our freedom, so we support our troops. We live in the land of the free, thanks to the brave.
Mino and the Mayor.
Show him the picture he showed me today in the striped little short shorts.
No, it was the
They
belly.
would be banned
I
now.
know. No, John.
Too much skin.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
Man, dig that crazy chick.
Oh, wear short shorts. We wear short shorts.
Oh, that's funny. Wow.
Mino and the Mayor, weekday mornings 6 till 9.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. I am Pete Schwaba. Conrad is behind the board. We are barreling through our Brad Pitt quiz, and then we're hoping to get a peek at a tattoo Conrad might get soon. So that's kind of exciting. So why don't we, and it is a bar band Friday night, folks. Terry Barr will be here in minutes, literally in 13 minutes. Terry Barr will be joining us here, co-host of Max Inc. Radio, the award-winning Terry Barr. She's got 2 outstanding artists tonight. And I am going to definitely, it's what I love about Bar Band Friday. She sends the music and I just keep it. So I'm kind of getting free music. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's legal, but I'm doing it.
Oh, it's legal.
Is it legal? Conrad ESQ. All right, so let's continue. We're on question, is it?
We're on question 5.
The CIA one. Yeah, I don't know. Am I 4 for 5?
So actually you are 5 for 4.
Including extra credit?
Yeah.
5 for 4.
Because I put 0.5 for each of the names to get right. So
okay. Yeah, we're going to have to move on. I don't know this retired
so
CIA
it is
one.
Burn After Reading.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Now that I told you, do you remember his name in it?
No.
Okay. It's Chad Feldheimer.
I don't know about that.
So now you're 5 for 5 now.
Okay. That's
All
fair.
right.
5 for 5, batting 1,000.
All right.
Here we go.
Here's 6.
Number 6.
A man is born old and ages in reverse.
The Curious Case of Benny Buttons. Benjamin Buttons.
That is correct. Can you get his name?
Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah.
That's a great last name.
So
Buttons.
there you go.
All right.
You're
6 for 5. Or 6 for 6.
6.5 for 6.
6.5 for 6, right?
All right. Now
All right.
we are on number 7.
Number 7. There's only 10 questions in the
All
whole
right.
damn thing. So
A
I gotta
grizzled
finish strong.
stuntman and his fading actor friend try to navigate the shifting landscape of 1969 Hollywood.
My favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's 3 hours plus, and it's too short. It's that good.
What's his name?
Cliff Booth.
There we go.
I just saw Jocelyn walking by, one of the owners. She
Oh,
and her
yeah,
husband Abby own Rise and Grind, and we need to start pestering her for the peach cobbler flavor. She was into it. She sounded like she wanted to do it, but she could have been humoring me too.
Yeah,
could have been just to get me out of the store.
Well, you are 7.5 for 7.
All right, I guess you were done with the Jocelyn conversation. Okay.
Where I'm trying to get through the quiz, all right,
All
Pete?
right, fair enough.
All right, so 8.
All right.
2 detectives hunt a serial killer who uses the 7 deadly sins as motives in dark, gritty thriller.
Is it 4? 7. I know that one. That's 7. His name, I don't know. God, it's been 30. That's a movie I saw once, and I recognized it as a good movie, but I never wanted to see it again. It was so horrifying. And it has Kevin Spacey, who's kind of dead to me.
Yes. I'm trying to think of Millhouse.
Nixon. Richard. Was his name Dick Nixon?
Millhouse?
Well, Millhouse is named after Richard Nixon. That's why.
Okay. I'll just tell you. It's Detective David Mills.
You think I would have guessed that from the
because of Mills?
Cut it in half, Schwaba. All right. So what am I? I'm 8.
You're 8 for 8.
No, but I got it.
Well,
How
you
did I
didn't
lose a half a point?
You didn't. Okay, yeah, you're 8.5 for 8.
8.5 for 8. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Still batting over 1,000.
All right. So we're on number 9.
Number 9.
A former CIA operative is thrust into a brutal world of espionage and betrayal while trying to save his captured colleague in the Middle East.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
No.
Damn. I feel like I should know this one. I'm totally looking at IMDb right now.
No cheating, Schwaba.
It's not Ed Astra. I don't know, and I don't want to cheat, so just tell me.
It is Spy Game.
I don't even remember that movie.
And his name in that is Tom Bishop.
Oh, that's a good name for a spy. Tommy B.
So
okay.
You are 8.5 for 9.
For 9. Oh, I got to get this back. All right.
If you can go perfect 10 for 10 if you get the.
If I get this and the bonus, right?
Yep, and the name.
All right.
An ancient warrior fights to defend his city and name in a visually stunning adaptation of one of history's most legendary wars.
Troy.
Yes, correct. Who did he play in it?
Oh, Achilles.
10 for 10.
1,000. Nailed it.
That's a pretty good batting average.
Listen, life has kicked me a lot lately. I've been down, but I got 10 for 10 on the Brad Pitt quiz, so that's I'm back on track, baby. All right, so hey, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up, folks. It is a Bar Band Friday night. Terry Barr is here. Do we have time to show your tattoo?
Yeah,
I
we
think
do.
We should get to that because
I can explain. So my brother and I are huge Star Wars fans. Huge Star Wars fans.
Okay.
And my brother already has a lot of tattoos, and we had the idea a couple years ago to do a siblings tattoo. So we did a couple thinking, sessions of what we wanted to do.
Okay.
And what we decided was to get a lightsaber with the color of our favorite Jedi on it. And I'll put it up on the stream.
And let's see if we can guess who your favorite.
Yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's a purple lightsaber.
Is that the tattoo you're going to get?
Yes.
And your brother drew that?
He drew a little bit of it, not all of it, but so the quote on it doesn't say hello there. It's always in motion is the future. It's a Yoda quote.
So who's the lightsaber belong to?
Mace Windu.
Oh, nice. I was going to say Qui-Gon because that's the only other.
Funny you say that. That's my brother's getting a green one.
Oh, sweet.
For Qui-Gon.
That was Liam Neeson, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
He was a cool character. They killed him off too soon, and that ruined that movie for me.
Yes, they did.
I like, what's his name, but he can't carry it.
Yeah, so we're both getting on our calf.
What do you think, folks? You're welcome to weigh in on Conrad's tattoo choice. Don't go anywhere. Bar Band, Friday night, happens next. Terry Barr joins us. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
This is the talk of Green Bay, WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. A major ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court strengthening President Trump's authority and a decision involving birthright citizenship. The 6-3 decision along ideological lines ruling that federal judges cannot put...
Hey, Terry, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Do you think this is going to work? Should we give it a try?
Yeah, we can. I have your phone number, so if it doesn't work, we can go to the phone, but I think this will work.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Awesome. Yeah, all right, we'll be back in about 4 minutes, all right?
Closing at an all-time high of 61.73. It is a remarkable recovery after a springtime plunge of stocks caused by fears that President Trump policies could hurt the economy. This is ABC News.
Brewers baseball this weekend. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Brewers host the Rockies this weekend in Milwaukee. On Monday, the crew heads to New York, where they'll play the Mets on Tuesday night. Basketball. The Bucks excited about their second-round pick in the NBA draft. Listen as General Manager John Horst makes the call to Serbia's Bogolub Markovic.
Milwaukee Bucks are selecting Bogo Markovic.
That's correct.
Thank you, guys.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, nice to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Bogo, how are you?
All the way from last year's workout. Now you're coming back again.
Yeah, time flies so fast.
We were really excited to have you, man. You got so much better. Your body's improved, and we've been tracking you since you were here last year, man. These guys were literally standing on the table for you the last couple of days, so we're excited to get you, man.
Yeah, so here. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So excited to be there.
The hat looked good on you, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
That's Bucks GM John Horst and Bogolub Markovic. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. We are about halfway through the year, so Variety has just released its 10 best movies of the year so far. There is one surprise on the list, but mostly it's been the go-to films that we've talked about on a nightly basis on Nightlight, including spy thriller Black Bag, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which may or may not be the last of the franchise, Sly Lives, which is a fantastic documentary on Hulu about Sly and the Family Stone founder Sly Stone. A couple surprises are a film that is just opening this weekend called Sorry Baby, a drama about a college professor dealing with the aftermath of sexual assault. 28 years later also made the list, which you can see in theaters currently. Ryan Coogler's vampire thriller Sinners is on the list, and that's no big surprise. What was surprising about the list was the film Alto Nights, starring Robert De Niro as two gangsters. The film was sort of universally panned by critics. Variety has it on the list, so it might be worth a watch. Happy viewing. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
As Wisconsin is summer weekends being spent on the lake, this is the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, a partly cloudy sky with lows in the upper 50s. For Saturday, mostly sunny and warmer, highs in the low 80s. A mix of sun and clouds Sunday, muggy, chance of showers and storms. High near 90 degrees, heat index 90s. Right now it's 73.
The Todd Albaugh Show.
The Joint Finance Committee was leaked that they intend to cut $87 million from the UW system budget. And so we put this out on our socials last night, and today the Joint Finance Committee decided to pull that from the agenda. Because apparently, from what I'm told, Republican legislators got a lot of calls. When the truth is disseminated and people react, results can happen.
The Todd Albaugh Show, weekdays 2 to 4 on your local Civic Media radio station and on the app. The Maggie Dawn Show.
Indy Durgupta, he is with the Center for Law and Social Policy.
The Trump administration's agenda is reducing economic growth. The programs that they're proposing cutting, like Medicaid and SNAP, especially for kids, actually more than pay for themselves. So we are really...
Look at the tape. I mean, that just gives you a piece of even just looking at it.
Time to check out original music with Bar Band Friday on Nightlight. Now, your host, Pete Schwaba, and special guest, Terry Barr.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it is the weekend. We've got a half-hour show left, but the weekend has actually already arrived because Terry Barr is with us. That's like not even working, folks. We're going to talk some music. It's another Bar Band Friday night. Terry, how are you?
I am great, Pete. Live on location this evening. As you can see behind me, the gorgeous Lake Monona in Madison. And this is the East Side Club. And this is a young lady you have had on your show. We've had on Max Inc. Radio. Paige Cleaver. Now, I'm a little bit away from her because I don't want the sound to interrupt too much, but
sure.
She's 12, Pete, and she just won. I know she won the big award at the Wisconsin Area Music Industry award show recently, the youngest to ever be named Rising Artist.
That is incredible. Good for
It really
Paige.
is.
She was such a fun guest.
I'm going to walk around here just a little bit and go and find a table where I can join you and actually read my notes to you. How about that?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Listen, I want to thank you too because you introduced us to Kaylin Cole months ago, and when I was in Madison,
Wonderful.
and I know you know this, but I just wanted to give you yet another shout out. We did so on the air, but you hooked me up with Cat Rhapsody from Cat and the Hurricane on Monday, and Kaylin came into the studio on Tuesday in Madison and hung out with me for an hour, and she's so great. I mean, what a talent! So thank you again.
Anytime. I'm so thrilled that you care about the music as much as we do. There's just so many great artists to highlight, and we've got some more for you tonight. I can't wait to share these with you.
These are, listen, I love both these guys, so you tell me which one you want to start with because they're both outstanding.
Let's start with Brett Newski.
Okay.
Okay, Brett is just such an interesting guy. Okay, he has never actually had a home, not since he got out of his parents' house. He now bought a home in Milwaukee because he's expecting a baby. This is a guy that tours constantly. So the song that we are going to hear from him tonight, brand new, and he wrote it for the son he's expecting in about a month. And you'll hear his Bob Dylan, very much inspired. He really goes for that idea of low production, lo-fi. He really does not want anything to be super produced, I guess. Overproduced is kind of the word he uses. And you probably remember I shared a bit of an interview with you a while ago when he decided to say, I'm done with you, Spotify. No more Spotify for him.
Oh, yeah.
It's working, Pete. He actually said, letting all of his fans know, and he has fans around the world because he tours constantly, but he said he was able to pay for his new album, the production, the printing, the, being in the studio faster with this current way than ever waiting for any money from Spotify. So kudos to him.
Yeah. He's described, when I went to his Wikipedia page, he calls himself, he's a self-described nomad. And I didn't know, now that you say that, like he just bought his first home and has been traveling forever. That's very Dylan-esque too, and very troubadour-y, you know?
Isn't it? Yeah. And it's so great. We call him our own in Wisconsin. He's based now in Milwaukee, where he wants to raise his family. But even though little one is due in the next month, he already is playing tonight in Green Bay at Badger State Brewing. Then he'll play in Appleton tomorrow night, Fox River House. Then he's playing the UW Madison Terrace on the 4th of July, Baraboo on July 5th. And then after that, guess what? He's touring the country and then goes to Europe.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
So he's going to have the baby with his partner and then say, see ya.
I love, and like he wrote this song that you sent us that we're going to play in just a second here. The song is called Force the World to Contend with You. What a great message to an unborn child. I love
And
that. I love
obviously,
this song.
yeah, it's a message he lives by because he stands up and he believes whatever, against Spotify. And he can be very political, but he stands up for it. And you've got to really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Should we hear it? Let's play this, Terry.
Let's do it.
This is Brett Newski, and the song is "Force the World to Contend with You," written for his unborn child.
It's getting down to the wire. I don't know how, but you lit a fire. Sit on the count of four. We finally get free. We finally get born. Gonna trade all my freedom for you. Every dot on the map, every midnight and noon. Wherever you roll, whatever you do, promise me you'll force the world to contend with you, contend with you. Promise me you'll force the world to contend with you. You were flying out of the Rust Belt. You were happy or sad, it was real hard to tell. Sit on a scale of 10. How freaked out are you? I'll start counting, say when. Fear ain't the same as being afraid. If we weren't both scared, there'd be no love to save. Wherever you roll, whatever you do, promise me you'll force the world to contend with you, contend with you. Promise me you'll force the world to contend with you. Guitar solo. Gonna trade all my freedom for you. Every impulse I chase, every selfish move. Wherever you roll, whatever you do, promise me you'll force the world to contend with you, contend with you, contend with you. Promise me you'll force the world to contend with you.
That's great. What a good
Oh
song.
my gosh. You're a dad, so you get it. The stuff you will do for your kids. And his child isn't even born yet. He's writing a song. He's asking people to throw out names for his baby. He's such an interesting character. Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like it, even when he says guitar solo in the middle, and he's on an acoustic guitar, not even like playing lead. It's just so great. And you're in a good spot there because you got Paige on one side and Brett Newski on the other. You're in flavor country, sister.
It's pretty good. Life is all right, Pete.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Tyler S.J., and I'm glad he shortened that because I don't know how to pronounce his real last name, so thank you.
Yeah. It's a longer, like SJOR something, something, something.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Tyler. But I'm so excited about this song too, Pete. He just emailed me this. He just emailed it and he said, Terry, this is my brand new song. Play it now, play it often.
This is outstanding because you've talked about him before on the show, but I don't know that we've heard his music, and he is Northeast Wisconsin based, correct?
Yes, absolutely. He lives in the Fox Cities, and I love how he describes himself. He says, I'm an average guy writing about average things, but hopefully I do it just a little better than the average people.
That's great. And he is a self. He
I think
said
he's fabulous.
he's our new self-proclaimed new best friend. That's how he describes himself too. Should we try to do this song now and let Terry get back to her concert? Maybe, Connor. Can we get?
Yeah, we could do it.
Probably get most of it. What do you think, Terry? Should we fire this up now?
What do you guys want to do?
Let's do it. Let's play Outbound now, and then we can wrap up after the break, and we'll talk for a few minutes. And if the song takes us into
sounds
the break,
great.
that's fine. It's Barman Friday. What are we doing here? All right, here's Tyler S.J. and the song Outbound.
How about you show me the city? You made a face that said, why don't you find it yourself? I said your toenails are pretty, you never looked up from them. My toes keep walking on eggshells. Airplanes keep coming and going, a mess of smelly bodies. And you're quiet, you're past done. And every smile loudly showing, every sigh loudly knowing my next flight home was the last one. Was it so long ago my jokes you found funny? Call me baby and honey, slap my ass when everybody could see. I still believe all houses have histories, love stories are mysteries. I want somebody to solve this for me. Long distance dies on the line between your place or mine. No outbound jet plane big enough to make you stay, but it can take me away. It can take me away. How about we swap for the window seat? Oh, brother, you're killing me. Look, the eyes are yours, looking out on the clouds below. Postmortem in the exit road, while Mr. Winterseed snored. I said I'd follow you anywhere, be good friends with United Air. My arms were tired from the flying. Guess it turns out that everything turns and dies on a wedding ring. Always hello and goodbye. Was it so long ago my jokes you found funny? Call me baby and honey, slap my ass when everybody could see. I still believe all houses have histories, love stories are mysteries. Want somebody to solve this for me. Long distance dies on the line between your place or mine. And no outbound jet plane big enough to make you stay, but it can take me away. Was it so long ago my jokes you found funny? Call me baby and honey, slap my ass when everybody could see. I still believe all houses have history.
As Wisconsin is hitting the road on your Harley. This is the Civic Media Radio Network.
Escape to the hidden gem of the Midwest, Chula Vista Resort. Relax with modern comforts and breathtaking views. Thrill into water parks and swing into championship golf. Savor diverse dining options. Book your summer retreat now. Call 1-800-388-4782 or visit chulavistaresort.com.
Chula Vista Resort is one of the top 10 indoor water parks in the USA with 26 water slides over 1.5 miles long. Find out more at chulavistaresort.com.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong.
We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the lakeshores of Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota,
the fertile fields of Indiana, Illinois, and Iowa, to the wide open plains of North and South Dakota,
we are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
The Todd Albaugh Show.
Joe here in Madison on WMDX about University of Wisconsin system. The legislature looking at cutting $87 million of that.
First off, you deserve incredible kudos for bringing this issue forward.
You're too kind. Thank you.
Led the way. And you've been keeping at this question of the two-year campuses and what does the system mean throughout the time that you've been on radio. And we really appreciate it.
The Todd Albaugh Show. Weekdays 2 to 4 on your local civic media radio station.
Your place on mine. And no outbound jet plane big enough to make you stay. No outbound jet plane big enough to make you stay.
You are listening to the song Outbound by Tyler S.J., a Northeast Wisconsin-based artist. And the song is brought to you by way of Terry Barr, award-winning co-host of Max AM Radio. That was fun, Terry. I have to say, I can exaggerate sometimes, but I'm not right now. That might be one of my favorite songs that you've brought to us.
Oh my gosh.
I love that song. I love that
I
song.
really enjoyed it too. When I opened it up today in the email, I was so excited to get it and then to know I could immediately turn around and share it with you and all of your listeners.
So great. I absolutely love that song. And is he touring too? You mentioned Brett Newski's dates in Northeast Wisconsin.
Yes.
Where can we see Tyler?
Oh boy, you are very lucky because he's in North Dakota, but then he's going to be in Bailey's Harbor, Green Bay, Wapaka, and Mile of Music in Appleton. That's all throughout July. He's got a tricky website. It's Tyler-SJ.com. And I know Conrad said he'll share it in your show notes.
Okay. Yeah, that's like the website where you don't want anyone to remember your
Yeah.
website, sadly. But if he's good enough, people will make the effort. That's great. Hey, I want to thank you also because Well, our friend Wendy Schneider, she's been on my show before, and I had the opportunity to interview her and Butch Vig. I interviewed on PBS once, and they were a blast. Hosted Q&As with the two of them. She's coming on next week to talk about a really cool screening she has coming up at the Atwood Music Hall. And then Kurt Newman of the Bodines will be here Monday night as well. So I've got some good music-themed
You have
shows.
great stuff coming up.
It's going to be fun. And Wendy's documentary, I'm sure you've seen it, but those of you who haven't, is the Smart Studios story about how Butch Vig and Steve Marker produced all these amazing albums.
It's music history in Wisconsin, Pete.
It absolutely is.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much. This is fun as always.
I hope so. Thank you. I know it's a little different way to do it, so thanks for allowing me to be live on location with you.
Listen, I think that's exciting. And you've done this before, and it's fun when you hear those background noises, and it's like music is your life. So I fully expect you to be at a concert or something. So that's great. Thank you so much, Terry.
Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and thanks, Pete and Conrad.
You too. Have a great 4th. Thanks, everybody. That's Terry Barr. Max Inc. radio co-host Terry Barr. And nice that both these artists she brought to us tonight are touring in Northeast. They have Northeast Wisconsin dates. So that will be fun. And since Tyler is in our backyard, Conrad, we have to see if we can get him in the studio. That would be really fun. As I mentioned before, Kurt Newman from the Bodines will be here Monday night talking about a date they are playing at the new Atwood Music Hall, which is supposed to be insanely gorgeous. I've heard nothing but great stuff about the Atwood Music Hall. And then also on Monday's show, Jeffrey Kurz and Nathan Deming, 2 Wisconsin filmmakers, will be here to give us an update on Action Wisconsin and the pending film incentives that hopefully will pass. I believe they're coming up for a vote very soon, so we'll get all the details on Monday night from Nathan and Jeffrey. Both those guys have been on the show before, and both are really, really cool dudes. Did you see what happened out there with that blue ball?
Yeah, I did see it hit a car,
So
like the one parked.
It hit this car? Oh, the truck.
Yeah, I saw. I just looked over and there's just a blue ball on the.
So it's a great scene here, folks, in downtown Green Bay. We're at City Deck Landing, and I went out just to get some fresh air and have a smoke, as I mentioned before. And this blue ball flies out of nowhere, bounces off a pickup truck into the street, and of course, there was a person going too fast on Washington, so they had to hit the brakes or run over said blue ball, and. We got the blue ball out of the... Listen, I'm not a hero. I don't like being called a hero, but I had removed the child's toy blue ball out of the road with help from another citizen, a good citizen, and crisis was averted. But it was somebody playing here up in the balcony, the City Deck Landing. Somebody's kid threw the blue ball. It could have ended tragically.
Yeah.
Were it not for Nightlight host Pete Schwaba.
Having that smoke break, and all of a sudden you're a hero.
Listen, smoking saves lives, apparently.
I guess so.
Folks, I was not smoking. If there are kids listening, I was not smoking. I don't smoke. But I have toyed with the idea of starting because I think it looks cool.
I have seen you toy with candy cigarettes outside just to look cool.
Candy cigarettes, yeah. You get that first puff and the dust actually comes off of it. Remember that? That was really cool, though. That Tyler S.J., I would love to get him on the show.
Great song.
He is on his website. It sounds like a really cool guy, too. He is like 4 or 5 years sober now, and he writes about that and his life in Appleton, and I just cannot wait. We got to reach out and get him on the show. So thank you for all of your texts, ladies and gentlemen. It was a fun night here at Nightlight, and our question, is Brad Pitt a good actor, and what is your favorite Brad Pitt film? Saw a wide array of responses. Most people said he was a good actor, right?
Yeah. I don't think anyone said no, he sucks.
No. And I guess I didn't even need that part of the question, but I do think he's done some roles where he hasn't really had an opportunity to shine, so to speak. So maybe that's what I was going for.
I do think I'm better than him.
As an actor or just a human being?
As an actor.
Yeah, okay.
I auditioned for, when I was younger.
Fury?
I auditioned for a commercial when I was really young.
Did you really?
Get it.
You didn't get it? But you think you're better than Brad Pitt because you didn't get a local commercial?
They thought I was too good. All right?
Okay. Conrad is going to have a nice delusional weekend. I hope everybody else has a great weekend. We'll be back for a short week next week. And I hope everybody has a safe, happy weekend. We finally got some summer weather, so enjoy it. Thank you to Terry Barr for continuing this Bar Band Friday night tradition. And thank you to Mary Hauser, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce of Plymouth, Wisconsin. Go check out Cheese Capital Fest, Capital Cheese Fest. Lots of cheese there, lots of cheese eating contests, and see what kind of an athlete you are. All right. We are coming back. We'll be back on Monday. On behalf of the lovable producer, Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.